What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Tuesday afternoon. Reason why I'm making this video is a lot of you guys been hitting me up about this whole Bud Light situation here. You know, I'm gonna actually explain things to you here, but first off, the reason why I've not addressed it so far is for one simple reason, and you guys should know this by now. Now, every single week I have two live streams. I have Earl Grey Tuesday, which is tonight, folks, at 8 o'clock p.m., so don't miss it. And then I have the Midnight Run, okay, on Friday, 10 p.m. till 12 midnight. And sometimes I'll do another show, another live stream, such as the one I did on Saturday for 5 hours, okay? So I do a number of live streams each and every week. And whenever you see me on those live streams, I have coffee, I have water, I have either hard liquor or whiskey, and I have a cigar. Have you guys ever seen me drink a beer on any of my live streams? Have you? No. Do you know why? Because I don't drink beer, okay? I don't drink beer. I drink hard liquor or whiskey or brandy, you know. The great one does not drink beer, okay? And I especially don't drink beer, Bud Light. It's cheap peasant swill. I've always found it to be the most nastiest beer of all. I hate the stuff. People drink it because it's cheap, you know. And that's exactly what it is. It's cheap peasant swill, you know. I will only drink Bud Light if I'm at a party and there is nothing else. There is no alcohol at the party other than Bud Light, okay? If I go to a wine and beer bar, and that there is a lot of wine and beer bars around in Greenville, South Carolina, simply because they can't get a liquor license, so they can only serve beer and wine. If I'm at one of those establishments, I shall either get a Corona or I will get a Samuel Adams. All right? Corona or Samuel Adams. Or I would actually get a glass of Merlot. Okay? More than likely, I would get a glass of Merlot. But if they only serve beer and Corona was there, I would get Corona. If Samuel Adams was there, I get Samuel Adams. I have never reached for Bud Light, folks. No Steve Wises for the great one, okay? But, you know, I don't drink beer, okay? You guys know that. You know I don't drink beer. Come on now, all right? I may be queer, but I don't drink beer. Period. All right? Period. Let's get that out of the way. So I don't really have any dog in this fight when it comes to Bud Light. Now, as far as the situation is concerned, it's also about a bunch of hoopla, okay? You're talking about an established group of people that drink beer are upset at another established group of people that drink Bud Light, okay? That doesn't make no bit of sense. And then you got Kid Rock shooting a rifle at some Bud Light, despite the fact that he's been paid millions over doing their commercials here. But I guess now that he's not getting paid, well, I'm just going to get myself stepped in, you know. Then you got Travis Tritt, and I like Travis Tritt, but he's not been around quite some time. You know, he's announced that he is not going to drink the beer. So what? Okay. And then you got Marjorie Taylor Greene. She goes and says, well, I'm going to switch to Coors Light. Coors Light, if anything, has done a whole bunch of LGBTQ stuff, you know. Light actually do anything like this. Because for the past 20 or 30 years, you know how Bud Light is all about. You guys know what Bud Light is all about, you know. I've seen the commercials over 30, 40 years. You know what Bud Light is all about. And finally, they do something like this here, and everyone get all upset there over some beer. All right? I want you guys to think about this a bit. You got established group of customers upset at another group of established customers. You know what I call that? I call that stupid, okay? Why are you guys arguing over cheap peasant swill for? You know, it makes no bit of sense here. folks, you got to start. This is another example of red pill and blue pill stuff here, okay? If you're so worried about this whole situation, that means you are taking the blue pill. You need to go and vomit that blue pill and start taking red pills, okay? Because you're in the matrix right now, all right? You see, they're distracting you from what's really happening here. While you guys are worried about some transgender person up there drinking Bud Light and being sponsored, meanwhile, the Dalai Lama's tongue kissing a little boy, you know? The Dalai Lama's tongue kissing a little boy, you guys are worried about some freaking beer. You know what I'm saying? You're worried about some freaking beer. And 5 people got shot up at a bank. You know what I mean? 5 people dead over a bank. You know, you guys got to start taking the red pill. Stop worrying about who drinks what beer. You know what I mean? And folks, most importantly, you shouldn't be drinking Bud Light anyway. If you guys have watched my show, you shouldn't even be drinking beer, okay? It's acceptable, but just drink a different beer other than Bud Light. Not because of who's actually on it there. Folks, you should never have any alcoholic. You should never choose to drink any alcoholic beverage just because someone is sponsoring it. Okay. Now, me, whenever I have cognac, I have ABK6 there. You know, you don't see me drinking Douce because Jay-Z's in it. Douce is also garbage too. Okay. I drink ABK6. You guys have seen me drink it. All right. You guys have seen me drink it. Who's the sponsor for that? Nobody. All right? Nobody. I also have stuff from the Hilton Head Distillery. Do they have any sponsors? No. They got nobody. But they make good hooch. All right? So, folks, again, this is little to do about nothing. Who cares who's sponsoring a Bud Light there? The point is you shouldn't drink it anyway. And even if you do decide to drink it, don't worry about who's sponsoring it. As long as it's in a blue can and there's actual beer in it, which I think Bud Light actually has beer. I don't know. I think it's mostly water, if you ask me. In any event, if you do decide to drink Bud Light, which I've already said before, I would probably pick another beer. If you're going to drink beer, you know, hopefully you guys will take my advice and drink some good hard liquor, you know, and stuff like that. You know, even Jack Daniels. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. People also mad at Jack Daniels too. So why don't you drink some ABK6 with the great one, or drink some stuff from the Hilton Head Distillery? You know, they got some good whiskey whiskey from the Hilton Head Distillery. And yeah, ain't no controversy or anything like that. That's the problem with sponsors, folks. You know, the thing about sponsors is they seem to get companies in trouble. Think about Jared Fogle from Subway. You know, no, you know he's up there selling footlongs, yet giving the footlong to little girls there and stuff like that. Little girls. Now he's in prison, everything like that. I don't think companies should even have sponsors to begin with, because that face of that person, you don't know what they're gonna do next there. You know, seriously. But in any event, you want to know my opinion. My opinion is because I don't drink Bud Light, because I don't drink beer. Okay, period. You know. And as far as the people that's arguing about it, they're arguing about peasant swill. Peasant swill. It's ridiculous. Nonsense, folks. Start taking that red pill. Upchuck the blue pill and start taking that red pill. This is all Matrix BS here, okay? That's all I got to say for right now. Like and subscribe to the Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link below. Also visit vincegoodrum.com. And as always, peace and soul.